Come on, Paige. Come on. Okay, I snapped. Everybody snaps. Come on. I apologize. Is that what you want to hear? I apologize. Paige, come here. I want you. Where is he? What are you doing up the stairs? Go get him. He got in a what? He got in a taxi cab? Really? He got up the stairs that fast? He got in a taxi cab that fast? Well, call him! Call him on the cell and tell him. He turned the cell off?
There's a potato famine!
Fucking shit! Shit! No, there are no refunds. Need the money. Is this microphone on? Fuck! It's true. We spell time doing cash. That's also true. This is our song, going salt and enjoyable. We only can get some ass. Rock the fucking house and get some ass. All we wanna do is all that.
I'm not ready to go yet, okay? I'm not ready. You gotta wait. I got shit to do. I'm in the middle of something, all right? Just hold on.
Watch your mouth or don't come in here.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, people, come on, we're adults here. You know what? What is the point?
Yeah, we're adults here. I got a fucking Burger King fucking thing on my head. We're all fucking adults here, guys. People in my chat, 2 words. What are they? 2 words. Let me see the chat flood. Let me see the chat flood. 2 words. Okay, next caller. Please. Let's get into the meat and potatoes, which translate in American to dick and balls.
I got flip flops. These are my flip flops. Yeah, I really like my flip flops because I can put them on. Because look, watch me put them on. I can put them on all by myself. Watch me put them on. Look, are you watching? Look, these are my flip flops.
Thanksgiving Day. I remember it clearly. It was Thanksgiving Day. I was inserting myself in somebody else's fucking business as a cash grab, and you know. This channel is harsh reality. Kareniak se jodió la sucia vida. Amen.
This is Jonathan Lee Riches. I have cheeseburgers. I'm gonna put cheese on them. I'm gonna make sure that I have my hamburgers because I'm a big boy now and I can make the hamburgers. My mom lets me use the stove now.
And I'm just like, wow, I like receipts, and they brought receipts. Like they had evidence to back up everything they said, and I'm like, okay, well, there's got to be another side to this, right? Like this can't. No, this is too fantastic.
Yeah, because you're not going to just jump to the conclusion that there's a conspiracy amongst cops to cover up a murder. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean cops and just like soccer moms and shit. Like that's what made it even crazier. Like,
yeah, get it, Betty. Yeah,
did you have a close relationship with your mom?
Get it, Betty.
Oh, of course, I still do.
Yeah.
My older sister was kind of sad. She was more of the prissy girl that like going
That is
and
the
getting her
best
done.
shit fucking
You know, shopping
ever.
for dresses with mommy. I was the tomboy that like playing with.
Shout out to Cherry for just being easily the most faithful and loyal supporter that I've ever had. That someone could have that tenacity with loyalty. And I'm really blessed to have someone like Cherry be part of this channel and in my life. So it means a lot. And yes, I named him after Mr. T and Rocky. Say, woman. Say, woman. Say, woman. Since your old man ain't got no heart, why don't you come down to my apartment tonight and I'll show you a real man. Oh my God, I'm so in love with this little dude. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. I love you guys very, 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 very much. And we will do this again very soon, my friends. Oh, say bye. Say bye. Oh, I love you too. Give me a kiss. Oh, I love you. Bye, guys. Woo! Good evening, folks, or good afternoon still, folks. Welcome, Glare members. You guys are absolutely fantastic, and you are loved. You are loved. Well, yeah. So I just wanted to do a members only chat, which because like I never do anything special for members, and I always feel bad about it. So I'm going to. This is just for the members to be able to chat, and we're going to discuss some controversial stuff. Again, I tend to like to shoot myself in the foot for whatever reason. I don't know why, but here's the thing: is there are things going on in the world that I have opinions about. Besides, believe it or not, the John O'Keefe Karen Reed case. So I wanted to discuss this because I am a Tenacious D fan. B, I think that what happened at the Donald Trump rally, the assassination attempt, the attempt on his life, I think it is deplorable, and I'm angry about it. And we discussed that day before yesterday, and mostly what I talked about was mainstream media's coverage of it. But this is a little different because here we're seeing something here. We're seeing a little flip of the script here. Because during this situation, during in the heat of everything, so there was an attempt on Trump's life on Saturday, and then Sunday, Tenacious D had a concert, and during that concert, they discussed. Well, there was an incident that took place, and we're gonna go over that in just a second. Okay, so I'm gonna go over this real quick. I'm gonna show you guys what happened. So apparently, during one of Tenacious D's concerts on Sunday night, they there was this that took place, and it has caused quite a stir. Now, apparently, it was Kyle's birthday. Kyle Gass. So Tenacious D consists of two members. two main members. Now, of course, they have hired musicians that join them, but Tenacious D really is made up of two guys, and that would be Jack Black and Kyle Gass. And you'll hear Kyle Gass refer to Jack Black as JB sometimes, or Jack, and you'll hear Jack Black refer to Kyle Gass as Kyle, KG, or Cage. I've been a fan of Tenacious D for a long time. I've always thought Jack Black was incredibly talented. And here's the thing I've never really given much of a shit about anybody's political positions. To me, it has nothing to do with the art, unless they blend it, and then I'm just like, and then I just dismiss that one thing. Normally that's what I do. I could separate the art from the artist, just because I don't agree with Jack Black's politics doesn't mean that I have to stop liking what they do artistically, or what he does artistically. I like his movies. I like his music. I like the way he sings. I like specifically, I like their choice of covers and how well they pull them off. I like that Kyle Gass has been his friend and his loyal friend for a long time. They have been partners in Tenacious D for a long time. Kyle Gass is, or Jack Black for that matter, are not traditionally, the have the look of what rock stars would normally use to sell records, would normally have to sell records. Kyle Gass is fat and bald and gray haired and but he shreds on the fucking guitar. He absolutely shreds. He's actually one of my favorite guitarists. And Jack Black is a great rhythm guitarist as well, and he is a hilarious songwriter. And again, has a great voice, and I really enjoy listening to them perform, and I enjoy their albums, and I like the Pick of Destiny movie. As bad as it was, I still enjoyed it. I like stupid buddy comedies a lot. I'm a huge Bill and Ted fan. So this is the stuff that I truly enjoy. And now this is happening. So fast forward to they are performing live right now. Tenacious D is on tour, and they're performing live. And this is Sunday. They exactly, Jerry. This is Sunday, and this is what happens in mid celebration. This happens a lot. If there's a band member who has a birthday, they stop the show and they will address the birthday and have the crowd sing happy birthday, and put that person on the spot and bring them out a cake sometimes. And this is what happened here. And when they did this, Kyle Gass, aka KG, aka Cage, makes this comment when he makes a wish.
Don't miss Trump next time. Thank you.
Now, everyone cheered. Let's watch that one more time.
Don't miss Trump next time.
Wow.
Thank you.
I love that one dude who's like, oh, because dude, like he pretty much realized that this was going to be possibly the end of Tenacious D. And I'm going to go over a lot of the tweets. Okay. So this is a post from the Post Millennial, which I'm guessing is a conservative independent news source. And says here, washed up former star Jack Black appears at a Biden fundraiser because democracy is at stake. That's funny. He says, my president needs me, while wearing a dark Brandon shirt and American flag overalls. So now, folks, again, I'm going to say things that some of you are going to disagree with. But we're going to go over a few of these things here. Give me 1 second here. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Okay. Sorry. I wanted to see this before I played it. This is a closer shot of what happened Sunday. This is a closer shot of it. So watch Jack Black's reaction to what Kyle Gass says here.
Make a wish now. Don't miss Trump next time.
Now it's hard to see, but he's clearly laughing.
We love you, Cage. Metro, take it backstage and cut it into pieces, please.
We love you, Cage.
Make a wish now.
Not even in jest going, not even in jest being like, yo, what? You know what I mean? Like, bro, which is fine, but like own that shit. Own that shit. Because here, hold on. Now, Jack Black, he puts out this statement on Instagram, and I follow him on Instagram. I follow both him and Kyle Gass on Instagram. And he puts out this IG post, and I guess maybe a tweet, or maybe they took a screenshot. I don't know where the origin of this public statement was, but it says here, I was blindsided by what was said at the show on Sunday. I would never condone hate speech or encourage political violence in any form, except you kind of did. After much reflection, I no longer feel it is appropriate to continue the Tenacious D tour, and all future creative plans are on hold. I am grateful to the fans for their support and understanding. So, I would never condone hate speech or encourage political violence in any form. And some of the comments here are on point here. So, Amiri King says Jack Black has canceled the rest of his tour after receiving backlash. Fuck this guy. When someone shows you their true colors, believe them. And then the comments are like, had he truly denounced it, he would have picked up the mic right there. And what is this right here? So this is Senator Ralph Babbitt, United Australia Party Senator for Victoria. And this is a media release by an Australian party senator. Okay. And it says here, Tenacious D should be immediately removed from the country after wishing for the assassination of Donald Trump at their Sydney concert. Senator Ralph Babbitt said today, Tenacious D member Kyle Gass, making a birthday wish, told concert goers that he hoped that the next person to shoot at Trump did not miss. I condemn in the strongest possible way the call to political violence by Tenacious D in Sydney on Sunday. The United Australia Party senator said, to advocate and or wish for the assassination of a president is egregious, disgusting, filthy, evil, and not acceptable in any way, shape, or form. This was not a joke. He was deadly serious when he wished for the death of the president. Okay, calm down, stop. I call on the Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, to join me in the denouncing Tenacious D, Jack Black, and band member Kyle Gass, and call on the Immigration Minister, Andrew Giles, to revoke their visas and deport them immediately. Anything less than deportation is an endorsement of the shooting and attempt assassination of Donald Trump, the 45th and soon to be 47th president of the United States. See right there. See that? Australia wrongly locked up Novak Djokovic and deported him because he allegedly undermined public trust in vaccination. Allowing Tenacious D to remain in Australia after calling for the death of a president is unthinkable, and it affirms the weakness of our current prime minister, Senator Babbitt said. Okay, see, now that is just somebody using this incident for political gain, and it's really weird to me that that a senator in another country would use this incident for their own political gain. Clearly, what he's doing here. I mean, their visas should be revoked. Now, I don't know if they have free speech in Australia. Do they have free speech in Australia? Because by our standards as Americans, we would never do that. By our standards, the worst thing that would happen is publicly people are going to be like, fuck Tenacious D, and we don't want to listen to them anymore. We're sick and tired of their bullshit. You know what I mean? But you can't literally shut them up, and you can't take away their fucking visas, dude. You can't say, hey, you can no longer perform live in the United States because of what you said. And we're gonna deport you. We're gonna get you the fuck out of here because of what you said. Like, America would never do that. And no American politician would ever even suggest that. No one who claims that they are champions for democracy, which every American politician claims to be, any American politician who claims to be a champion for democracy, whether they be Democrat or Republican, they all claim it. Do you think that they would have the balls to try to say that they want to deport someone because of something they said publicly? No way. No way. And to say it wasn't a joke, how do you know it wasn't a joke? Australian senator, whoever the fuck you are, how do you know that it wasn't a joke? How do you know what his intentions were? Did you read Kyle Gass's mind? Did you hear a recording of him sitting in front of the mirror and going, what I'm going to wish tonight if they bring me out a cake is I'm going to wish that they don't miss next time they try to shoot Trump? Did you hear that in a recording? Like, how could you possibly come to the conclusion that Kyle Gass was not joking? They are comedians after all. Make no mistake about that. Tenacious D originally started off as strictly a comedy act. They are still a comedy act, yet they've proven to be fantastic musicians, and therefore they are a respected band as far as being talented musicians. Besides being talented as comedians, because they are comedians, make no mistake about that. And they started off, I mean, they had a show on HBO 25 years ago. 25-ish years ago on HBO. And that was a comedy show. Matt Fritz, thank you so much. They both apologized. They think we need to accept the apology on its face and move on. I do not align within their political views, but people make mistakes. Thank you, Matt Fritz. I appreciate that. And I'm going to get into whether or not I agree with you in a bit. I promise. So yeah, this is just fucking crazy right here. That now there's a, and all I'm seeing is because now I want to find Kyle Gass's apology, which I'm sure is going to pop up here somewhere. And here's the thing is Jack Black, he's very vocal about his politics. I'll read this post from October 9th. Okay. It is absolutely reasonable and logical to be opposed to the Israeli government's treatment of Palestinians while simultaneously calling for the protection of Jews in Israel and around the world. Hamas is a terrorist organization that is attacking civilians by land, air, and sea. The images of kidnapped Israelis are shocked and devastating. Given the thousands of years of persecution of Jews, please know that that your Jewish friends, even if they are not in Israel, are hurting and are fearful when things like this happen, and non-Jews are silent. I understand many of us are afraid to voice an opinion because this crisis there is so nuanced and hard to understand, but we are afraid of saying the wrong thing. But we can and must always use our voices to denounce terrorism and the senseless murder of civilians. Now, considering that he posted this, that could be picked apart in several ways. Okay? That could be picked apart in several ways. Now it sounds to me like he is calling for just for lack of a better term, a ceasefire between folks who support Palestine and support Israel. You know, he's trying to get Americans to stop fighting amongst each other about this, that it's perfectly okay to denounce the wrongdoings on either side. Absolutely. And I totally agree with that. It's absolutely okay to denounce the violence, but I mean, to take a side, in my opinion, in that, I don't have an opinion on that because I don't know enough about it. But I don't see anything wrong with denouncing the senseless death and torture of civilians. It doesn't matter who's doing it. So, I mean, if we're Americans, we are all about defending the little guy, right? I mean, so uh I cannot, you know, criticize him posting this so much. But here's the thing. This is where what he's saying is going to get picked apart based on what happened Sunday at their concert. I understand many of us are afraid to voice an opinion because the crisis there is so nuanced and hard to understand. And we are afraid of saying the wrong thing. But we can and must always use our voices to denounce terrorism and the senseless murder of civilians. Now, that is a bit of a snag because what I would venture to guess is that either Kyle Gass and Jack Black, based on his reaction that we just watched, neither one of them knew that there were civilian casualties. They didn't think about it. Now, that is subject to criticism in and of itself if it's true that they were not aware of any civilian casualties, and yet they decided to mouth off about something that they didn't know enough about, right? So again, that's on Kyle Gass. If you're going to sit there and say, okay, well, there's clearly a problem here. If you're going to sit here and say, well, you know, and make jokes. If you're Kyle Gass and you're going to make, sorry, I had a brain fart there. Started thinking about something else at the same time. I do that sometimes. Excuse me. If you're Kyle Gass and then you're gonna make a joke in jest about the assassination attempt of a former president and uh possibly a president to be, one who is currently running for president, um in our democracy, then it is, if you're going to make a joke, because I will defend you. I will defend you for making that joke. I will. I don't think I think that comedy is subjective, and I think that it's okay to joke about anything that you fucking want. And uh it whether or not it's in poor taste is for anyone to make that decision as the consumer of their comedy. That is your decision to make. Me personally, I'm like, well, okay. But a joke's a joke, in my opinion. A joke's a joke. And I find it interesting because I want to see, because I'm not seeing anybody in my chat here, and I put this poll up. And 53% of you say that that now this is fair to say that the room is split, because 47% of you say that Tenacious D should absolutely be canceled based on what happened Sunday at their concert. 53, the majority of you, but not by much, 53% of you say no. Okay. That's fascinating. I mean, the poll is still up, Tracy Q, or Stacy Q, excuse me. It's still up. Now, because this is a members only, there's not going to be that many votes. But you can't vote anymore. What do you mean? Hold on a second. Yeah, I should have. Yeah, Cherry said to leave chat and come up, but I'll put it up one more time. Well, yeah, I had to end that because some of you guys couldn't see it. So I ended the poll and then I put a new one in the chat. Now, let's see some of these tweets here, man. I mean, this is wild, dude. Hold on. So let's look at this real quick. So, this person says, yes, please don't be afraid to stand up to the narratives. You don't have to condone murder just because you can't control your feelings. Drop the ego, the internet persona, the letting the internet think for you, and learn and educate yourself. Now, look at this. Bye, you washed up waste of space. Take one hit and get on it. Trump 2024. Take Jack Black and Kyle Gass with you. This is crazy. Now, here's Kyle Gass's response. This is what I was looking for. The line I improvised on stage Sunday night in Sydney was highly inappropriate, dangerous, and a terrible mistake. I don't condone violence of any kind in any form against anyone. What happened was a tragedy, and I'm incredibly sorry for my severe lack of judgment. I profoundly apologize to those I've let down and truly regret any pain I have caused. I mean, that's the thing, man. Is I have a problem with my. Is it fucked up that my attitude towards this is, well, why don't they just fucking say, hey, you know what? It was just a fucking joke. You know, like it was just a fucking joke. You know why they can't do that? Because the majority of their fans are fucking liberals, you know? And so these liberals are going to be like, oh my God. They're either going to be like, you should apologize, or they're going to support them and be like, oh my God, somebody said it. Yay. You know? So it's really bizarre because we haven't seen someone we haven't seen celebrities who are uh openly liberal. We haven't seen them get put in the hot seat by uh conservatives. I'm not blaming all liberals. God, what a liberal thing to whine about. I'm not blaming all liberals. I'm saying the majority of Tenacious D fans are likely liberals, dude. I mean, it just is. It just fucking is. So I find it really interesting now that they are in the hot seat and they are subject to the same cancel culture that the majority of their fans promote. So I'm really, really interested to see how this is going to turn out. Because I want to know how many conservatives I'm looking at, because this is where I get snagged here, folks, because I'm looking at these tweets and these people who are like, fuck Tenacious D. Nobody's saying the things that we are saying, that the things that I'm saying and the things that you're saying in chat. Nobody here is saying this. I never liked Jack Black and I feel vindicated. He threw his friend under the bus for the Disney money. What a piece of shit. Now that's a totally different argument, but I can't deny that. I'm going to discuss that too. So you were name searching Jack Black because you're angry. Came across this very old tweet and became so enraged you felt you had to comment on it. What are you doing with your life, bud? What are you doing? Okay, so here's people defending Jack Black, but and then now Gina Carano, who was canceled. This is very funny to me. Gina Carano, who was canceled by the liberal media. Canceled. I don't even remember what it was that she fucking did. I don't even remember what it was. I think she said something about COVID that pissed everybody the fuck off. And Gina Carano was like the top shit when it came to females kicking ass on screen. She was amazing. I was a big fan of Gina Carano. I still am a big fan of Gina Carano. I still follow her on social media. And no, yes, Cherry is a liberal, but she's never agreed with cancel culture, and that should be noted, of course. And so Gina Carano tweets this and says, Jack Black, a man was murdered protecting his family for a bullet meant for Trump, and it's funny to you? A family is left, excuse me, a family is left without a husband and father, and you and your bandmates laugh and wish the bullet would have murdered Trump. Get a mirror and look on it and see who is looking back. Enjoy your privilege of keeping your jobs. They won't come for you when you're one of them, but once they've used you up, they will throw you away just like they have the rest of us. For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Mark 8:36. And what she did was retweeted Kevin Sorbo's tweet, who is a open Republican, as well as he played Hercules in the 90s TV series, in the syndicated TV series, which I always thought was a weird casting. Like, I thought he was too small. Like, why do they got this puny dude playing Hercules? It's really weird. But so Kevin Sorbo was like, a man died using his body as a shield to protect his family. The left makes jokes, and the shooter missed, and wishing more people were killed. And he didn't call anybody out by name, but Gina Carano did when she retweeted this. And she called out Jack Black by name. And she put something here. Enjoy the privilege of keeping your jobs. They won't come for you when you're one of them, but once they've used you up, they will throw you away just like they have the rest of us. Right. Basically. So the timing of this couldn't be worse for Tenacious D, because the fact of the matter is that the liberal media will probably push for their cancellation, just like they've pushed for everyone else's cancellation, because President Biden sat there and publicly denounced any violence and publicly denounced the divide in this country, which he is very much part responsible for. So it's really funny to me that he stood up there and denounced this division in our country all of a sudden, because it went too far. Not that anybody couldn't fucking predict that. Where does it end? Where's the cap? Right? Where's the cap in trashing and getting the liberal media, the liberal mainstream media, to completely and totally hate Donald Trump, for the liberal media to get the people to completely hate Donald Trump, doing everything they can to smear this man and smear his character, besmirch everything about him that even seems credible. They did everything that they could to smear this man, and now all of a sudden it's a shock that's one of these freaky idiots who fucking pay too much attention to mainstream liberal media is going to go out and take a shot at Donald Trump. Like, how long did they think that it was going to take before somebody goes, well, why don't I just get sick of all this fucking noise? I'm already sick and tired of all this noise. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to end it for everybody. I'm going to be a fucking hero. Everybody hates this guy. I'm going to wipe him off the planet. I'm going to take the initiative, and I'm going to wipe this guy off the planet, and I'll be a hero in the eyes of the liberal media. Because it's like, all right, well, let's weaponize the law and get this guy thrown into prison if we can. We'll do everything that we can to railroad his campaign so that he can't become president. We can't win. We can't beat him because our candidate is too unlikable. He falls asleep on his feet. He can't fucking say a sentence coherently in front of the world. So since we just, instead of just getting a candidate that we believe in, what we're going to do is we're going to do everything we can to railroad his opponent's chances of winning. Which is totally what happened. That's undeniable. That fucking absolutely happened. Right? But then publicly be like, oh, well, wait a second. Y'all went too far. What do you think is going to happen if you're making this guy out to be one of the most hated people? Because make no mistake, Donald Trump is one of the most loved people in this country, but he's also just as much hated as he is loved. And I mean hated. I'm talking about the absolute epitome of the word, the epitome of the meaning of the word hatred. This is what applies to Donald Trump. People hate this guy. Cherry hates Donald Trump. Now, she's not wishing that he gets shot, but how many people fucking do? So it's just fascinating to me to see. I want to see what happens here, because I'm not seeing anybody in my chat being like, okay, well, Tenacious D, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. If liberals are going to fucking cancel anyone who is who are they going to try, if they're going to try to cancel anybody who is loud and proud about Trump, then, you know, let's see if they cancel one of their own. And yeah, the division in this country is a serious fucking problem. But I just don't want to hear from a fucking liberal all of a sudden, you know, that the division in this country is a problem. I don't want to hear that shit, because I never hear liberals say anything positive about Biden other than he's going to fix the country. Okay, how? How? Because everything I always hear is just anti-Trump from liberals. It's never, we love Biden and we believe in Biden because of this policy, that policy, this policy. We never hear that shit. We never hear that shit. All we ever hear, right, Cherry, I get it. All we ever hear is negativity about Trump coming from the left. That's all we ever hear. So Gina Carano is justified absolutely in this tweet, in her feelings behind it. She's exercising her First Amendment rights. She's already been canceled. She's got nothing to fucking lose. But she has a lot of support for the right, a lot of support from people who are anti-cancel culture. Now, here's the thing, is would I have liked to have seen Gina Carano publicly say, hey, listen, if you're going to cancel me and you have a problem with me getting canceled because I said something and I expressed my feelings, well, you know what? Then you got to have a problem with them being canceled too. I would have liked to have seen that come from someone who was canceled. That I would have loved to have seen. But here's the thing, is I defend Gina Carano's, just because she didn't say what I would hope she would say, doesn't mean that I'm going to be like, fuck Gina Carano. I'm not going to do that. She's free to say whatever she wants. She is free to have whatever opinion she wants. She's free to have whatever feelings about it she wants. And she is free to express those feelings however she wants on social media platforms. Absolutely 100%. Would it have been nice to hear her go, hey, you know, and be a voice against cancel culture? Sure, that would have been nice, but didn't happen. She has every right to go, you know what? Let's see what happens to you, motherfucker. This shit happened to me. Let's see what happens to you. Oh, yeah, we're not getting into that, Cherry. I'm not even going to give you the satisfaction to talk about fucking Bernie fucking Sanders. Please. So, I mean, yes, I would have preferred, but that's the thing. That's the thing about free speech, folks. I would have preferred to hear her say something else, but I don't get to control and dictate what Gina Carano uses her social media platform for. I don't get to do that. You know, free speech is free speech. That's just how it is. She has the right to her feelings. And God damn it, if anybody's earned the right to speak on this the way that she is, it's her. I mean, everybody's posting this. Look at this. And now, like, look, this person, this is what I find really funny, though. I made his portrait. Jack Black's looking at that and going, dude, that shit looks dope. Like, I guarantee that Jack Black is looking at that and going, fuck yes, metal. That is as metal as it fucking gets right there. So you're not making anybody mad by making that meme there. Jack Black would likely use this as his next album cover. Yeah, so apparently he's actually violated a law. Says here his band violated subclass 408 visa under the entertainment activity stream in Australia, and a senator there has formally requested the prime minister to deport them immediately. So if they actually violated a law in regards to the visas, entertainment visas in Australia, then it is what it is. And no, I agree. This person is saying, to be clear, Jack Black wasn't blindsided, quote unquote, by what Gas Leak said. He was delighted. He immediately laughed and said, "Thank you. Jack is an entertainer. He can think on his feet. He could have fixed it immediately. He was blindsided that he's being called out." Right. He wasn't blindsided by, oh my God, I can't believe my bandmate said that. It was like, holy shit, I can't believe you said what we're all thinking. That was his basic reaction right there. You know, and I get that a crowd can be a very powerful thing, man. I don't even know what it's like. I can't imagine what a crowd in person is like. I mean, there's times where, you know, you get scared to say something. I have to like power through it, because there's times where I have opinions that I know are going to be unpopular. And just the crowd in my chat, it's virtual for fuck's sake, but just the crowd in my chat will be enough for me to go, ooh, man, this is okay, you know, but I have to power through it. And I'm going to fucking say what I'm going to say. And I'm going to be like, I know that this is going to be unpopular and people aren't going to like what I'm going to say, but I'm going to fucking say it. So I can only imagine the difference between, I mean, this, like I said, this is virtual, what a crowd in person is going to be like and how they're going to react. I mean, if Jack Black would have sat there and told his crowd in person and defended Trump in any way, or said anything that might have even been construed as defending Trump, you know, but again, he is an improvisational comedian. This tweet is not wrong in saying it's his job to think on his feet. It is his job to he could have totally fixed that. He could have totally been like, hey, but he would have been throwing his bandmate under the bus. How do you do that without throwing his bandmate under the bus? Right? How do you do that without throwing Kyle Gass under the bus? This is his partner for decades, dude. Decades. Tenacious D has been a unit for decades. Those two are like peanut butter and jelly. They're like salt and pepper. This is absolutely True. Right. Jack Black is the devil. The full-on first unit. You better believe that shit. Yeah. So Jack Black's apology is like, I mean, Kyle Gass, when we're looking at Tenacious D, right? Now, again, this isn't going to be a very long stream, guys. I just wanted to talk about this. But when we're talking about Tenacious D, I mean, the truth is Jack Black gets movie roles, and very few times when you see Kyle Gass in a movie role is it not orchestrated somehow by Jack Black. Like, it's usually a movie where Jack Black is in. Like the two roles that stand out to me of Kyle Gass in a movie is, let's see, and they do stand out. There's Shallow Hal and Saving Silverman. Those two movies stand out because, okay, Saving Silverman, Kyle Gass plays some fucking lame dude using fucking magic to try to pick up a woman. He's a douchebag. He's an idiot. But him and Jack Black don't even interact with each other. He's just there and he has this very small role, but Jack Black has a very prominent role in that movie. Jack Black is one of the buddies. It's a buddy comedy where Saving Silverman, it's the fucking douchey idiot dude from American Pie, and he's being mistreated by some girl, and these three guys are a unit. And it's Silverman and it's Steve Zahn and Jack Black. And Jack Black and Steve Zahn spend the whole movie trying to save Silverman from the clutches of a controlling, shitty, evil woman. And it's actually really fucking hilarious. I would love to have seen a sequel to that movie, or at least another team up of Jack Black and Steve Zahn, because I thought that the two of them had amazing comedic chemistry together on screen. I have not seen the whole thing yet, Misty, but I'm going to do another live stream probably tomorrow about that. And yes, Kyle Gass was also in School of Rock. That too. Kyle Gass played in Shallow Hal, a co-worker who is always pretty much calling Hal out for being shallow. Really hilarious movie as well. And but these two have been best friends for decades. What's going to happen? Like, is Kyle Gass going to take the bullet here? Are they going to do a Proctor? Is this going to be a Tully and Proctor situation where Proctor lands on his sword, falls on his sword, so that Jack Black can keep making Disney movies? Or is this going to be all forgotten about? Or is there not going to be any cancel at all? Are they just going to chill out until everything's cool and then come back in a year? Is that going to happen? Because the thing is the fact of the matter is Kyle Gass needs Jack Black. Jack Black does not need Kyle Gass. Jack Black does not need Kyle Gass. And now Kyle Gass has basically made himself someone who Jack Black can be like, dude, I love you and everything, dude, but you stink. And I don't want to smell like you. So and then yes, something happened here. And this is from Rolling Stone. Tenacious D's Kyle Gass dropped by agent after controversial Trump joke. So Tenacious D's Kyle Gass has been dropped by his talent agent, Michael Green of Green Talent, following his joke about the assassination attempt of Donald Trump. Rolling Stone can confirm. We have parted ways after what happened in Sydney, Green said in an email when contacted by Rolling Stone. Thank you. The decision came after Gass's longtime friend and Tenacious D bandmate Jack Black announced that the band would cancel all of its remaining tour dates and pause future creative plans. That sure as shit sounds like they're going to get rid of Kyle Gass. A rep or that Jack Black is at least separating himself from Kyle Gass. A rep from Gass's management and publicist did not immediately reply to requests for comment. The incident occurred during the comedy duo's recent performance in Sydney, during which Gass made a birthday wish on stage. Don't miss Trump next time. While video showed attendees responding with laughter, the comment garnered the attention of right-wing politicians in Australia who proceeded to call for Tenacious D's deportation. Black, in his statement, said, "I was blindsided by what was said at the show on Sunday. I would never condone hate speech or encourage political violence in any form. After much reflection, I no longer feel it is appropriate to continue the Tenacious D tour, and all future creative plans are on hold. I am grateful to the fans for their support and understanding." Gass issued an apology of his own on social media as well, saying, "The line I improvised on stage Sunday night in Sydney was highly inappropriate, dangerous, and a terrible mistake. I don't condone violence of any kind in any form against anyone. What happened was a tragedy, and I'm incredibly sorry for my severe lack of judgment. I profoundly apologize to those I've let down and truly regret the pain I've caused." Tenacious D had several more shows scheduled throughout Australia and New Zealand this month. They had also just announced a 5-show run ahead of the 2024 election in partnership with Rock the Vote. Wow. So there goes that. There goes that. People, I mean, and agreed. Cherry and I are in agreement. Now, Cherry is a liberal and I'm not, but Cherry does believe in free speech. And I believe in free speech as well. And the problem with a talent agent, that's an independent business right there. That's not the government. That's an independent business right there. That is a private owned business. That talent agent has the freedom to drop whichever fucking client they want, just as much as any McDonald's employee has the right to refuse service to you simply because they don't fucking like you. It's perfectly legitimate. Perfectly legal. So the problem is Kyle Gass, his talent agent dropped him, and he wasn't doing much anyway, other than working, as one half of Tenacious D. So I can't imagine him getting any. I can't imagine him getting another talent agent to pick him up. I'd say that is one of the first steps of being blackballed in Hollywood. And that's it. I mean, Kyle Gass is canceled. The question is whether or not Jack Black will be canceled. And that's the thing is, I like Kyle Gass. I think that his jokes are just that, jokes. And it was a case of too soon. And I think that he used poor judgment. I don't think that Kyle Gass, or at least I have no indication to believe that Kyle Gass really wants Donald Trump to be murdered. Now, if he wasn't a comedian, if let's say that was, I don't know, John Mayer standing up on stage, right? If that was John Mayer standing up on stage and then made that comment, You know, I again, would I want him canceled? No, not at all. But it would be it would be a lot easier to depict that as something that's not a joke. Um, you know what I mean? You know, if Eddie Vedder, you know, who's clearly an open liberal, right, were to say something like that on stage, you know, I'm not going to take that like a joke. I'm going to be like, okay, wow, dude, Jesus, that's dark. But here's the thing: to determine and decide whether or not it's a joke, in my opinion, arbitrary, pointless. Doesn't matter if it was a joke or not. The bottom line is it falls under free speech. He's entitled to his opinion. He's entitled to feel like if he wants to, he could say that Donald Trump or Joe Biden or any fucking buddy in the fucking planet deserves to be murdered, cut up, pieces of him fucking assaulted sexually, whatever the fuck. He's free to say that if he wants to. I believe anybody is free to say these things, not just any American. Now, obviously, as an American, he's free to say that here. But, you know, if there's no free speech in Australia, then he's subject to the Australian laws. That just is what it is. But I realize that I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Anybody here who is pro Trump and is pro free speech, if you agree with the cancellation of Tenacious D, sorry, but you're a hypocrite. If you had a problem with Roseanne getting canceled, and you had a problem with Gina Carano getting canceled, and you had a problem with James Gunn getting canceled when he did, but came back. I mean, if you had a problem with any of these people being canceled, and then you were loud about how cancel culture is terrible and it's not okay and blah blah blah, free speech, free speech, free speech. Well, guess what? If you are calling for the cancellation of Tenacious D, Jack Black, or Kyle Gass, well, you're a fucking hypocrite. Sorry, but it's the truth. That is a fact. Because again, if you promote free speech, that means that you need to be under the understanding, you need to be of the understanding that you get to say whatever the fuck you want, but that also means that you are going to hear things that you don't like from people you don't want to hear it from. This is how it is. And you don't get to silence somebody and use something like this as an excuse to silence them simply because you don't agree with their political views. That is not American. You do not get to call yourself a Republican or a Democrat if you believe that it is right to stifle and silence these people and keep them from earning a living because of something that they said. I mean, you can simply just not support them anymore. That's cool. Now, me, I'm not that guy. I'm still gonna listen to Tenacious D. I'm still gonna go to the gym and I'm gonna blast Explosivo in my fucking headphones. And I'm gonna laugh hysterically at Fucker Hard. You know, I'm gonna laugh hysterically at the Pick of Destiny soundtrack. I mean, that is just the way that is, you know? Because I like Tenacious D. I like their music. I don't know these guys personally. I don't have to sit around. I don't have to listen to I mean, I see their posts when they post shit about their certain political views. I see their posts on Instagram. I get it, you know, but I just choose not to fucking like it. I don't even unfollow them because they might post something that I'm going to take an interest in, but I'm not going to unfollow them. I just won't tap twice and heart what they post if I don't agree with it. It's simple. But you can't sit here and be like, oh my God, what an injustice. It's absolutely un American to cancel anybody. You have the right to say whatever you want in this country. And then when someone who doesn't align with you politically does the exact same thing, you can't call for their cancellation. Can't do that. You can just choose not to listen to them anymore, just same as anybody else. Exactly. Fuck your feelings, listen to the music or don't. It's real easy. It's real easy. I don't agree with him making that joke necessarily. I don't care that he made the joke. If I'm being totally honest, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck that Kyle Gass said what he said in Sydney, Australia. I don't fucking care. I that's where I'm at. If you're asking me what my absolute opinion is on that, I'm not even, you can't accuse me of sitting on the fence because I'm sitting here telling you that I don't fucking care that they said what they said and that Jack Black fucking laughed about it. I'm calling Jack Black a liar by saying that he's so fucking shocked that he was blindsided by it. I'm calling him a fucking liar. Sure. But the thing is I don't really care that he's a fucking liar. I don't count on these people for insight into my political views. I don't count on celebrities to influence my opinions on things. I think that you're a fucking fool if you feel a certain way about the status of this country based on the opinion of somebody who you like to watch in the movies or listen to sing. I think you're a fool if you allow that kind of influence to affect how you feel and how you think. I mean, like, how do I sound right now if I go, oh my God, Kyle Gass made this joke about Trump being shot. Oh my God. Well, this changes everything about how they feel about Dio, about Ronnie James Dio. They have a song about Dio. How am I supposed to feel about that now? I disagree with them about shooting Trump, but fuck. Well, how does this going to affect the fact that we share the same opinion on Ronnie James Dio? What the fuck am I going to do now? That would make me sound like a fucking idiot, wouldn't it? Dude, once a piece of art is out there, let's say a song, for instance, right? Let's use a song as an example. Once that shit is out there, that shit no longer really belongs to the artist. Sure, legally speaking, yeah, there's a copyright situation and blah, 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 blah. Okay, great. But the fact is I also purchased it. As a consumer, I paid, if I pay my whatever it costs for iTunes every week or every month, I pay that every month so that I can click on whatever the fuck I click on. And I click on a song and that artist gets the money for it. Guess what? It's now mine too. I paid for it. It's mine. and without even having to pay for it. Once you put that shit out into the world, that shit in some way, shape, or form also belongs to the consumer. That person who sits there and who consumed it, who listened to it and heard it, and if it somehow resonates with them and speaks to them, if that song somehow is able to express verbally and musically how someone feels in a way that they are unable to express themselves, well, guess what? That becomes theirs. That also becomes theirs. And it's subject to criticism as well. But most importantly, I want to stay on task here. That also becomes yours. What everything that I say here, once I put it out there in the public, to some degree, on a spiritual level, if you will, that becomes yours. Those of you, some of you who reach out to me and you go, "Oh man, Claire, you say things in a way that you know, I I don't know how to say out loud." And you express yourself in a way, and I relate to you in that way, and that's why I listen to you, because and that's the same reason why a lot of people listen to music. That's the same reason why a lot of people watch certain movies. Like anything that helps them identify. You know? But I don't see how the fuck that has to anything to do with I don't see how that has anything to do with who that person is and the choices that they make. Like think about it. Like let's think about Bill Cosby, for instance, right? Bill Cosby, disgusting piece of shit, fucking rapist, gross bastard. Like it would make my skin crawl to be in the same room with him. That is a fact. But the problem is that let's take somebody, for instance, who feels that way, but is has modeled their who has modeled their idea of parenting around the Cosby Show and Bill Cosby's stand-up records, where he's sitting there and he's talking about parenthood and what it means, and read Bill Cosby's books on parenthood and all that kind of shit, right? And raised great kids. Those kids are out doing it. Those kids are out in the world now. They're grown up and they're out succeeding, treating other people great, giving back to society, just model American people, right? All of a sudden now, like, what are you going to do? Now those kids who grew up and were raised on the idea that Bill Cosby's model for parenthood was great. All of a sudden now, you're going to look at those kids like they're bad kids, like they're bad people, because some news came out about Bill Cosby and how shitty he was. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about that. Let's say Michael Jackson was guilty of molesting kids, right? Let's say Michael Jackson was guilty of that shit. And let's say someone listened to the song Bad. I'm bad, you know it. And for some reason, this song, for whatever reason, whatever personal reasons, this song inspired them. They were overweight, and then it inspired them to go to the gym and work their asses off. And they just played that song on repeat while they did cardio and while they were tempted to break their diet, but they played Michael Jackson's Bad to remind themselves that they're bad and it's awesome, blah, blah, blah. And then and then they find out, fuck, Michael Jackson molested kids. Are they, Is that a valid reason for them to all of a sudden go fucking raid the hostess section at the grocery store and chug it all down, wash it all down with chocolate milk, and then fucking just order pizza after pizza and say, fuck this, fuck all my hard work? You know what I mean? Like, would that be, is that valid? Now that person's free to do whatever they want, but would somebody who's big into fitness consider that to be a valid excuse to not continue their hard work? Or to destroy all the hard work that they made? All the hard work that they achieved? Or they put into achieving their goal? Would that be valid? No, Diane G, I don't think that this rant is silly at all. I think that you're just simply being dismissive and you're missing my point. My point being is that why should someone who is capable of inspiring so many through their music and their comedy, because they had a slip of the tongue and poor judgment for one fucking moment, they shouldn't be allowed to inspire people anymore? Everything that they've ever done is invalid now? All of the good that they've done is now invalid? So I'm just saying, folks. I'm just saying. If you ever condemned liberals being so adamant about cancel culture and victimizing artists for something that they said, and you shouted out free speech, free speech, free speech, and fuck cancel culture, and now you're calling for the cancellation in some way, shape, or form. You may not be using the word cancel, but you're calling for the cancellation of Jack Black and Kyle Gass. Well, then you're a fucking hypocrite. Just because you love Trump that much, or just because you think that it's wrong to say something about someone being murdered. I mean, free speech is free speech. Free speech is fucking free speech, whether you like it or not. That's what it is. So before you sit there and start calling for the cancellation of these people, just remember where you were at when someone who you liked and you respected and you enjoyed, who happened to share the same political views as you, turned out to be canceled. Just remember how you felt about it. And just remember what words you used to justify calling that out. And Jesus, I'm sorry for what I said while hungry. You're fine. I mean, right. Like, some of those tweets are just fucking crazy. Oh, I was getting sick of Jack Black already. Anyway, so I mean, what does that have to do with anything? So now I'm really interested to see how many conservatives are fucking hypocrites themselves. I'm really interested in seeing that. I can't wait for it. Because I'm seeing a lot of them on Twitter. But I can't wait to see any conservatives who are so pro-Trump I can't wait to see them. Well, no, I'm not making a list. I'm just going to be watching. But the entire point of this stream is basically if you call for the cancellation of Jack Black and Kyle Gass, you're a fucking hypocrite. If you've ever denounced cancel culture before this. I mean, that's just a fact. But anyways, guys, thanks for indulging me. I'm really grateful to all of you guys who are members who joined me here. It's great. I appreciate you. I am going to go ahead and wrap this up. And I will be. I'm going to go over the probably. I haven't seen it yet. It just depends on what it consists of. But the stuff that I'm going to look at as far as Turtle Boy's arrest and whatever's available, I will look it over and see what I should cover and what I shouldn't, and, you know, or if it's even worth covering. I mean, but I'm pretty sure I will. I don't see how it wouldn't be. So I'm pretty sure I will. But I appreciate all you guys hanging out. And well, no, Dina, I can't wear an Aerosmith shirt because I don't fucking like Aerosmith. Sorry. Hold on. Where's Jim's Super? Hold on. Did I miss Jim's Super? What do you mean, Jim's Super? I don't see Jim's Super. There is no Jim's Super. What are you talking about? No, I've got Marloka, Hippie Chick, Cheryl, Matt, and yeah, I mean, I already went over that one. Yeah, there is no Jim. Yeah, you see how Cherry's always gaslighting me? Just like a liberal. Liberals love to fucking gaslight, dude. Just like a fucking liberal. That's exactly what Cherry's doing. She loves to gaslight. I went over Matt's. What are you talking about? See, if you'd have been paying attention and not talking out of your ass in my chat, talking all that bullshit liberal rhetoric that nobody wants to fucking hear, then you would have been paying attention to the fact that I did actually go over Matt's super chat and I addressed it and talked about it. So pay attention. Pay attention. Okay. Stop trying to cancel everybody and think. Okay. If you're going to be in my chat, liberal, think. Don't be thick in front of me, Cherry. Man, I'm in trouble. I'm in so much trouble. Oh my god. Anyway, dude, yeah, every time I go live, I'm wondering if I'm gonna get canceled. Is it gonna be the one that I get canceled for? Because I don't read the room very well, you know. I just kind of say whatever the fuck I'm thinking. I don't tend to read the room very well. At any given moment, you guys will fucking turn on me. It's just a matter of time. You guys will be like, fuck the glare. Sucks. You know, I used to like him, but I used to like him. Glare used to be cool. I don't know what happened to Glare. That's totally going to happen. It's just a matter of time. Guys, thank you guys so much for joining me. This was fun. I love you guys very much. And we will do this again very soon, my friends.